Okay, welcome. All right, looks like we got everything set up well. Let's get started. Okay, welcome everybody. We're working on a lot of balance poses today. We'll start with our standing warm-up. It has a lot of balancing elements to it as well, so it'll be a good warm-up for that, especially. So start with the feet hip width, and then let's begin the Ba Shen Gong. So looking to the right, please come on the balls of the feet. And look forward and down. Looking left, come up. Forward, come down. Looking right, come up. Center and left. Back to center. Now keeping the heels down, look up. Center, down. Center, up. Center, down. Back to center. And please lean the head to the right. Then lean the head to the left. And lean the head again to the right. This time chin up a bit. And down a bit. To the center, lean to the left. Chin up a bit. And down a bit. And back to the center. Half circles with the head. and back to the center. Keep your thumbs in a light fist, and let's roll the shoulders back. And the other way. And fingertips to the collarbone, roll the elbows forward. And back. Now release the arms, shake them out a bit. Now shifting to the left foot, lift the right. Penguin walk. And back to the center. Now big arm circles forward 3 times. And then back. And thumbs in the light fist, elbows out, circle in at the elbow joint. Other way. And interlacing the fingers, please. Wrist rolls. And other way. And some waves. And then reversing. And then rubbing the palms. And palms to kidneys. And then take the hips around. Other way. The center, shifting to the left foot now. The right leg comes across and opens out 3 times. Same leg in. And the other leg opening out. And inwards. Bring the heels together, toes together, rub the palms. Then the knees, rub the knees. The knees gotta take them around. And the other way. And standing up. Ankle rotations. Other way. Other foot. Other way. Heels together, feet angled out. Lift the toes, relax the shoulders, gently twist side to side. Your arms loose. I'm going to do this one a little longer today because this is an essential component to your sense of balance, because this finds our center line we pivot on, or gravity. And coming back to the center. Now taking the heels out, feet parallel, bend the knees, drop the tailbone, really ground yourself, and then rocking gently forward and back, staying rooted to the earth. You Come back to the center. Now from here, lift the heels up, bring the arms forward to horizontal. Keep the heels lifted, bend the knees as you balance on the balls of the feet. And then inhale, back up. Exhale, release the heels down. Inhale, lift the heels once again. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Okay, now lift one leg with both hands, then the other. And finally, just shaking it out with the jump. One more time. Shaking it out. Okay. Please find a mountain pose. Uttanasana. And from here, we're going to do little spirals. So just taking the weight around the outside edges of your feet. Try to keep the toes relaxed. And the other way. And back to the center. And just closing your eyes, just shift around in a staggered pattern. So not a full circle. So kind of go and stop and turn and redirect and just shift your weight around with your eyes closed, just to get a sense of your weight in space, your body in space. And then slowly bringing those movements to be smaller and smaller. Coming back to rest and mountain. Down mountain, really maintaining groundedness through the legs. Keep the legs straight as you hinge forward. Slide down into flat back. Holding flat back, have the toes relaxed, the weight forward so that balanced on the ball and heels of the feet. Now from here, please bend the knees and ragdoll forward. And if you like, sway from side to side. And from here, fingertips down. Please send your left leg way back into a low lunge. But come up from that low lunge and see if you can bring your arms out to the side in a balancing position. Very slowly twist to the right. Stay upright. And bring your left hand down to the floor, the right hand reaches up. And lower that right hand down, hop the back leg forward. Inhale to flat back extension. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, right leg back. Do a left lunge. Coming up. Arms out to the side. And very slowly twisting left if you like. Bring the right hand down to the floor. Left hand reaches up. Bring the hand down, pop the back leg forward. Inhale to flat back extension. Exhale to fold. And firm the legs. Inhale, sweep wide and up. Exhale. Namaste. Finding mountain pose. You're going to go into the crescent side bend. Interlacing Kali Mudra. Take your arms up. And then hips go to the left. So you lean up and over to the right. But try to keep your weight balanced in your feet. Stay grounded. Strong core. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale over to the left now. Long and strong. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale back. And pressing back to the center. And releasing the arms. Okay, now from here, we're going to go into tree pose next. If you have a block, you can make tree pose a little harder if you step on it. But otherwise, this regular tree pose is not very different. It's more of a mental difference. If you're struggling with your balance, just find a point in front of you and fix your eyes on it. If you want to work a little harder, take your arms up. Okay, let's release that side. And again, other side, block optional. Maybe arms up or out. And slowly releasing from there. We're going to go into sun salutation A. But let's take our feet together here. And feet hip width apart for Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So hands on the hips, roll shoulders back, lift the heart. Inhale, exhale, folding forward. If you can, with the legs straight. Bend the knees if you have to, and then bring the hands to the ankles, feet, or big toes. Relaxing the toes, balance the weight on the heel and ball equally. And bending the knees, plant the hands, step, walk, or jump back. You can either go right to downward dog or through vinyasa. Let's come into down dog with the knees bent. Then bring the feet a little closer together. Narrow feet, downward dog. It's a little harder to balance, not much. You might walk the dog. And then knees look forward, step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold. Burn the legs, inhale. Sweep wide and up. Exhale. Namaste. Okay, now turning to the side. Oh, first you need a little sip of water. And take a wide stance on your mat. And in this position, we usually just hold, but this time we're going to sway a bit forward and back, kind of like we do in that one exercise in the Pigeon. Swaying like a tree. Careful not to fall back from here. And come back to the center. Turn your left toes in, right toes out, arms up, inhale. Exhale, arms wide, warrior two. And straighten that right leg. Bring your hands to your hips and tilt into that right hip. Maintain that long spine, kind of like in triangle pose. You can take your arms wide if you like, but try not to rest your hand down on anything so that we have to stay in our feet with our balance. And anchor from your back leg, inhale, coming up. Please turn your right toes in, left toes out. Let's do the other side, arms up. Tone the back leg, inhale, exhale, arms wide, warrior two. And straighten your front leg, hands to the hips, and tilting to the left. Or arms wide, triangle position. Inhale, tilting back up to the center. Turn your left toes in. And then from here, interlace your fingers behind you. Roll shoulders back. Press the outside edge of the feet. Firm the kneecaps, leading with the heart. Fold forward. Round forward. If it's comfortable, draw your arms over top. Inhale, drawing yourself back up to standing. Hands to the hips. Bring your heels in. Interlace your fingers. Now for this one, you might want to bring your feet a little bit closer in. From there, turn the palms forward. And take the knees wide, arms up. If you want to add an element of challenge, you can lift your heels up onto the balls of the feet as well for working on your balance. Strengthening the feet. And pressing up, heels down. Release the hands just above the knees. And rest the weight of the upper body into the legs. Maybe shifting side to side. Without letting your knees collapse in, you might take a shoulder forward. And back to center. And bring the hands down, shifting side to side, Skandasana. Good, and then pressing back up from there to standing. Let's bring the feet in from there. Shaking the legs out. Now we're going to go through a sun salutation B, but instead of a chair pose, we're going to come into a heels up, hold similar to chair pose. So feet hip width or closer. From here, bend the knees, lift the heels, reach forward, just like in chair pose with the heels up. Then straighten the legs, fold over to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step, walk, and jump back. You could go right to downward dog or through vinyasa. When you're in the downward dog, bring your feet in, take your right leg up and over in wild dog. Then swing that leg all the way forward. Bring your back heel down. Please rise up to warrior one. Straighten your front of the leg, hands to the hips, roll shoulders back, lean with the heart, tilt forward into that front leg. If you can round all the way down, you can. Inhale, coming back up, bend your front leg, hands in airplane wing position, step up onto the right foot, finding airplane or warrior three, reaching forward. Now you might continue to shift forward into standing splits or just hold another couple breaths. And stepping back, you can go right to downward dog or through a vinyasa. Once you're in the downward dog, feet a little closer. You say your left leg up and over. Swing that leg all the way forward. Turn your back heel down. Rise up to warrior one. And press front leg straight. Hands to the hips, or they could be behind. And lead with the heart, tilt forward. And back upright. Now bend the front of the leg, hands in airplane wing, shift, slide forward, step up on your left foot. Holding airplane or warrior three. Possibly continue into standing splits. And then stepping back, leg back, you can go right to downward dog or through a vinyasa. Next exhalation, bend the knees, look forward, step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit low, chair pose. Then exhale, straighten the legs, palms to the heart. Shake it out a little bit. So a couple options. Might not like either one of them. It can help to have a strap, but one option is to hold your shin, take it out to the side. Okay, if you can grab your toe, you don't have to get it leg straight, take it out to the side. But you could also instead come into bird of paradise and slowly straighten that leg. Okay, if you know bird of paradise, then do it. I'm not going to break that one down. Okay, but here we go. Shift it to the left foot. Catch hold of the right. Uttanasana, Uttanasana, or bird of paradise. Back to center and release. I know this is a tricky one. We're not spending too much time on it, but just do what you can. Other side, and possibly bird of paradise or Uttanasana, Uttanasana. Okay, and stepping down. Now, if you like, you could do chair pose, or if you can, we're going to come into this pose with our heels touching, knees wide. You don't have to bring the hands up. You might bring one. If you have a clear runway behind you, in case you fall back, you might try both palms. And bring the hands down, press up and back to downward facing dog. Then from downward dog, please lower to your knees. Now we're going to come into tiger pose. If you want it to be harder, do same side tiger pose. So usually it's right leg, left arm, but if you want, you can try right leg, right arm. Release. Other side, regular or same side. And slowly releasing from there. And from down dog, we're coming into right leg forward pigeon pose. Swing that right leg forward. Square the hips up to the front. You can stay in upright or bowing pigeon. Okay, slowly let's move to the other side, other leg forward, and king pigeon. Okay, and find your way back into downward dog, into Malasana, Garland pose. Now, those of you who can do crow pose, if you wanted to, you could do a little crow. And then into seated position for boat pose. Bouncing on your 3 points. Catch hold behind the hamstrings. Extend the arms, lift the chest, and then feet up. Stay there or reach forward. There or legs forward. And flats the feet together, knees wide. Flat dog Konasana, cobbler's seat. Okay, and taking the feet a little further forward. Catch hold of the ankles. See if you can hinge the hips. Then round forward. Sitting up, take your feet flat to the front. Bring your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Lift into reverse tabletop. If you want to go a little further, bring your feet in and take your right leg up. Other side, if you're trying that. And slowly lowering down. Catch hold of your big toes, balance on your 3 points, and start to draw the legs forward to your capacity. Make your legs wide. And down. Upavishta Konasana, sitting up tall here. Inner thighs pressing down, toes flexing back, knees pointing up. Bring the feet together. Hands either pressing beside you or in your lap. See if you can press up. Draw up through the pelvic floor. And slowly lower down. Now draw your right leg in, but keep the knee up. If you want to try this, you can. You could simply put your hands behind you and do a gentle stretch forward. But if you want to try it, you balance on your right foot. And you lift up off the floor, show you from the side actually, and you balance on that foot. It's a tricky balance exercise, so try it if you like. Okay, and release down. Let's try the other side. Right leg forward, left leg in. You could stretch forward, or if you want to try the balance, come up on that left leg, or left foot, I should say. Okay, good. Release. Now left leg forward, right leg in Uttanasana A or B. And sitting up tall, hinge forward, so you can catch hold of your foot or ankle. That side. Right leg forward, left leg in, Uttanasana A or B. Sitting up tall, catch hold of the ankle or the foot. And slowly coming back right. Now we're going to lie back and draw our feet in towards us so we can just touch the heels, bend the elbows, press the back elbows into the floor, lift the hips into a little bridge. And if you want to try again, taking one leg up, bring your feet in. Without letting your hips come down, take your right leg up. The other side, if you're trying that, keep the hips up high. Good, and slowly releasing down to the floor. And hug your knees in towards you. Now slowly release your feet back down to the floor. Shift your hips a bit to the right. Extend your left leg along the floor. Place your right foot gently in front or behind your left knee. Reach your right arm out. Left hand grabs the right leg and pulls it gently over into a twist as comfortable as your body will allow. Back to center. Feet flat, shift your hips over to the left. Extend your right leg. And then take the leg over, reach your left arm out. Looking left if it's comfortable. And then coming back to the center. Hug your knees in again, this time knees wide. And catching hold of your ankles or your feet or big toes for happy baby. And then when you're ready, pressing up into Viparita Karani. If you have a block, you might come up onto some height of the block. If you're near a wall, you might take it up the wall. And very slowly now bringing your feet back down to the floor. Moving the block. Take a moment to settle into final resting position. We're gonna have a couple minutes for meditation today. So if you usually meditate, we have a little more time, so you might be able to do both a resting pose and a meditation. Or you can do a long resting pose or a long meditation. So lying back, you might have your knees bent. If you have your knees bent, have them together. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, chin's tucked. Now, a good rule of thumb is minimum 25 breaths. So I like to do breath counting for the first 25. It's a way to really be present with your breath, and it ensures that you stay for at least the minimum amount of time. Now please take your time. Please stay longer if you like. If you want to do a meditation posture though, please come into that. And this is a meditation that helps to build stability, groundedness. It can even help to build confidence. It's meditation of the mountain. So with the breath, you silently in your mind, you say, as you inhale, I am a mountain. As you exhale, I am solid. Inhale, I'm a mountain. Exhale, I'm solid. Really try to embody that element, the earth element, that solid mountain-like quality. Mountain that goes deep into the earth, deep roots. Breathing in, I'm a mountain. Breathing out, I am solid. And if you like, you can shorten the mantra. So as you inhale, just saying mountain. As you exhale, just saying solid. Now take your time. If you like, you can start to bring some motion back into your body, coming out. Or you could continue meditating for a little while longer. Thank you all for joining us today. Continuously coming out and joining class and taking class and keeping up on your yoga practice. Balance practices, as I always say, are really good for not only building balance, but also building confidence. So just putting yourself in a position where you could fall over again and again. We have to build this energy of confidence. And so I hope that you benefit that way and then you gain great confidence and you go forth with great confidence. Thank you. And I'll see you again next time. Namaste.